Hey guys, it's Liv McGoverne and this is the final whistle.
And welcome back to the final whistle, brought to you by the Rugby Connection podcast. Now, our next guest, she was part of history. She was in the inaugural Super Rugby Aupiki tournament down in New Zealand, and she is the current, as of recording, top point scorer in this season's Premier 15s. It's Exeter Chiefs import Kiwi herself, Liv McGoverne. Liv, thank you so much for coming on. How are you getting on?
No, I'm good. I'm really good. Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
You're very welcome. And I feel like I've done it kind of quick because obviously you were playing Saracens at the weekend. Brilliant win, by the way. And
Thank you.
everyone was raving about you all that. I've seen your name coming up a lot. And I was like, we're getting her on. I'm not wasting any time.
No, thank you for having me on. It was such a good win in the weekend. And, the girls played unreal. So, no, I'm really happy to be on.
You did. I was trying to be not biased, but I am an Exeter Chiefs fan, so I was loving every minute of it.
Nice. Yeah. No, honestly, we have the best fans in this league. Like, they're absolutely unreal.
Oh, 100%. First question we're going to ask you, just to get the ball rolling, we ask all our guests this. What actually got you into rugby in the first place?
So I started rugby when I was 13, when I started high school, but obviously in New Zealand, rugby is our national sport. So I sort of grew up always watching the boys or like the All Blacks, and sort of always thought, oh, it was quite a boys' sport. I always wanted to play when I was younger, but I was too sort of, I think, scared to be the only girl playing with the boys. So I waited till I got to high school, and then we had a girls' team, and then joined the women's club Belfast back home, and then that's how I got into it, really, and then never looked back. So I think it's been about 13 years playing now, which sounds like quite a while.
It's crazy. I love that because it's just a natural thing. I feel like I shouldn't ask Kiwis what got them into rugby because it's a given that everyone watches rugby in New Zealand, but it's always because every story is different as well, so I keep it in there.
Yeah, no, that's the thing in New Zealand. Like, it's obviously the national sport. But I think only the last like 10 or so years it's gotten a lot bigger with women's rugby. Like before that, I wouldn't say it was very big for women at all back home, but the growth of the game has been unreal.
Oh, 100%. It's just going to keep growing. Like, it is massive. Not just in New
Yeah.
Zealand, just globally now. It's like either get on now or get left behind. That's what I say. Because
Yeah, that's exactly.
and for all the naysayers out there, yeah, people care about women's rugby. I don't get this. I've never understood that. If you like rugby, you should like all rugby.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, no, I completely agree.
Yeah. Obviously, I mentioned you playing in Super Rugby in the intro. What's the biggest difference you've found between playing Super Rugby and Premier 15s?
I think like the level is very similar. Like I would say, if I had to compare the Prem 15s here to a level back home, it would definitely be on similar to our Super Aupiki. But I just would say the style of players quite different. Like here, it's more of a structured style, and then I guess back home it's more of we do play a structure, but it's more open, sort of free play sort of thing. But yeah, I think like the level is very similar. Obviously here, I think it's the best sort of club competition in the world by far. Like I think compared to FPC back home, this would be a bit of a higher standard. I think with just so many international players, like it's hard not to be really like week in, week out, the games are tough. There's no easy game. And I even said to one of the girls in the weekend, like I've not played a proper international test match, but I feel like our game in the weekend would have been pretty much international standard. I reckon it was one of the fastest and toughest games I've played, and that's for sure.
Yeah, I think I might make this up, but I think the commentator at the start of the game was like there's like 8 internationals returned just for Saracens alone, and then obviously the Chiefs have internationals chucked throughout as well. So I'm like, yeah, it's a proper test match. So I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like I think I'd say like 80% of or 70% of our team has probably been kept internationally, which and it's so cool to be versing and playing with internationals because back home in New Zealand we wouldn't really get that, and you'd only play against those internationals if you're playing at international level. So it's pretty privileged position to be able to play with and against so many big names.
Absolutely. I'm just going to chuck a cheeky question in there because obviously your surname is very Scottish or Irish.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah,
Are
I
you,
don't know.
are you eligible at all, or?
No, I actually had this asked me. Funny you asked that. I had that asked me by one of the girls the past week, but no, I always thought that McGovern was Irish, but maybe Scottish. But no, my grandparents. I think maybe further back in my family history, there might be a bit of Irish or Scottish, but no, not in my immediate family that I know of.
Oh, I was going to hope to try and slide you into the Six Nations.
That would be cool, but I think even if I did have it in me, I would never go against playing for New Zealand. I don't think I could do it.
That's fair. That's fair. I like that. Have you got any advice for young girls wanting to break out, whether it's in New Zealand or across here?
I would just say to enjoy it and back yourself, and sort of don't let the stigma around that it's a boys' sport, like, don't let that stop you. I think honestly, like, the women's game has grown so much, like I was saying, there's so many opportunities. So I'd just say, get yourself in there and just enjoy every moment of it and take all the opportunities that's given to you, because it's an exciting time to be involved in women's rugby.
Oh, 100%. Could not agree more. Do you prefer playing at 10 or at 12?
So I came over here mainly being having played 12 the past, I'd say, 4 or so years. And I loved playing 12 back home. But I think here I'm loving 10 at the moment. Obviously, with my kicking game, I think it sort of suits my style. And it did take a bit of adjusting, like learning 10 here, and then obviously how the different sort of structure of play here. Like, it did take me a while to adjust, but at the moment I'm loving 10. But I don't know if I have a favourite. I think at the moment it would be 10. Like, I'm enjoying the challenge of it, and obviously you get your hands on the ball a lot, and you've got the option to run, kick, or pass, which I quite enjoy that aspect of it.
Just because you're our guest, I'll ask you both then, just because you can't choose. So I'll give you both options. So say you're at 10, who is your dream scrum half? You can pick one from the past and one from present. Anyone in the mind?
I think obviously I've played quite a bit of rugby with Kendra Coxedge. I've probably played with her the past 8 years, I'd say. And she is obviously one of the greatest of all time. Like, so I can't go past her. And I think me and her have a pretty good connection playing together. So I would have to say Kendra, but obviously she's retired now, so she'll be my past. And present, oh, that's a tough one. So I've played with some good nights. Obviously Flo here is unreal. Oh gosh, that's a tough one. Yeah, I don't know. I can't go past Kendra. I think she would be my best of all time.
That's fair. I mean, I'm kind of glad you mentioned Kendra, because she is a friend of the show. We've had her on.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I've seen she's been on.
So I can't make you guess this one now, because she did give us some juice on you. So
oh no.
I was going to get you to guess who it was, but you've mentioned her, so yeah.
Yeah.
So I have to ask about an epic fist bump.
Yeah. The girls back home at Canterbury rip into me a bit, because I do love a try celebration. And yeah, they've sort of ripped me out a bit for the old fist pump. I think one time I did it before putting the ball down, and that I got absolutely rinsed for that. And so I never did that again. But no, I think it sort of caught on, and that was my thing really. Like, even if other people scored, it was more if other people would score a try, I'd come in with the big fist pump and just getting around the girls really. But yeah, no, I think they like it. One of the girls, Steph Fox, I said to her this year, I was like, if you get a try, you got to do a fist pump for me, because obviously I was watching from over here, and she did it. I absolutely loved it. But yeah, no, I'm a bit known for the old fist pump.
No, that's fine. No, because I asked Kendra, like, oh, have you got anything that you could tell us about Liv to stitch her up, sort of thing. I do this because if we get an Exeter Chief on, we'll ask you just to catch everyone off guard. And Kendra went, oh, she has epic fist bump celebrations. I'm like, what? She went, honestly, just mention that. I was like, okay, I will do. So there you go. And she's also mentioned about you hating Broncos.
Yes, I absolutely hate the Bronco. I think, honestly, I don't think there is anything worse than doing a Bronco. And I think I don't know, maybe because I'm not very good at it. And I
That's
just
fair.
do not like, obviously, I don't think anyone likes the Bronco, but I'm just sort of known back home for absolutely hating it. I think one of our Canadian girls back home, Cindy, gave me the nickname Bronco just because I hated it so much. But yeah.
That's fair enough. I thought I'd ask, it was just because, like, obviously Kendra said, oh, she hates Broncos, and I'm like, everyone hates a Bronco. Nobody likes doing Broncos.
I know, but I especially hate a Bronco.
You
Like,
just like,
I don't think anyone could hate it more than me.
you just kind of, oh, I'm not feeling too great today. Maybe
Yeah,
tomorrow.
avoid it at all costs.
Just like go down clutching the knee or something. Just like, oh no, I can't, not today.
Yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes you get through, you do the first rep and you're like, I'm all right. Then second and third, you're like, oh God, I just want to say, I've rolled the ankle and have to pull out. I've never done that though. I've always finished it, but just slowly.
I don't think I've ever finished a Bronco.
Oh, really?
I think I get that worked up in my own head, and my head's just like, just stop.
Yeah.
You have nothing to do.
Yeah, people always like, oh, it's only 1.2k, or people go, it's only 5 minutes of your life, and I'm like, yeah, 5 minutes for you, it's at least 6 minutes for me.
Yeah, but it's not just like a straight run. It's like try line to 22 back, and I'm like,
yeah,
that's a lot.
It's the turning that gets me too. It's honestly the pain you feel in a Bronco is not good.
No,
it's absolutely awful. I think I need to learn to embrace the pain of it, or like just do them so much that you just sort of get numb to having to do them. Like it's nothing to you, but I don't know if I want to put myself through that, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen obviously every club has like a fitness streak.
Yeah.
And the coach will be like, oh, that's right, we'll do our Broncos. And everyone releases like that sigh of, please don't. And then you get that one guy like, yes. I'm like, no, you weirdo, don't.
Yeah. Strange. Psychotic, really, if you like them.
If you get a kick out of doing a Bronco, you need to get checked.
I do though, honestly, some girls I know absolutely love it, and I'm like, what is wrong with you? Well, I think I'm just jealous because I need some of that energy in my life to absolutely love a Bronco, but yeah.
Fair enough. We have got dart on, well, not dart, we've got another thing from a current teammate of yours.
Uh-huh.
So I'll let you guess who it is. I have to call you McFluffin.
That's Laurie Kramer.
Yeah.
I don't know where that nickname's come from, but it's kind of stuck now, to be honest. I think obviously because of my last name, McGoverne, McFluffin, but I honestly don't really know the logic behind that name, but yeah, I quite like it and it's stuck now, so.
I mean, Laurie's a friend of the show as well. We've been lucky enough to have Laurie as well. So now's your chance to put any dirt on Kendra and Laurie as well, just because they've stitched you up.
Old Kendra, she what's some dirt on her? She loves the Celine Dion karaoke. She thinks she can sing. Yeah. Thinks she can sing really well, but she's tone deaf. Nah, she's pretty good.
She's quite open about the Celine Dion thing, to be honest.
Yeah. Some dude on Laurie. See, I've only really just met Laurie since she's come over here, like the past month or so. But she's great, Laurie. What's some dude on her? I don't know if I have anything yet. She's an absolute character though. She's a funny girl. She's great.
I think it's the first time I interviewed someone or had someone on, and everything just went out the window. Like half of what we spoke about didn't make any sense or was not rugby related at all. But I did the silly mistake. I allowed her to swear. I gave her the green light and opened up that door. But no, we'll love Laurie. I call her my bestie. She's my bestie. So she's actually my mum's favourite as well, which is.
Oh really?
Yeah. Just off that interview alone, she's became like my mum's favourite. So.
Oh really? Funny, yeah. She's my favourite Aussie. I'll give her that.
Favourite Aussie, yeah, that's fair. We've got some fan questions and some questions from some of the co-hosts as well. We'll start off with some fan questions. Joe Stone has asked, "Who is your idol?"
Oh, who's my idol? I'd say rugby idol growing up was always Dan Carter, but like the people I look up to most is probably my parents. Obviously like growing up, and they've done so much for me and stuff. So, you know, I think it's hard to go past them, to be honest.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I like that. Good. Everyone loves their parents because most of the time they're supportive anyway, or they should be.
Yeah, no, my parents have been very supportive, like not just with rugby, but just in my life as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm very grateful for them.
Yeah, I'm the same. And like you mentioned, arguably the greatest of all time, Dan Carter as well.
Yeah.
Who's played a massive factor in my life to the point my little boy's called Carter. So.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I like that name.
I like it, but when you're trying to watch like rugby highlights of Dan Carter and the commentator shouts it, he gets very confused. It's quite funny.
Oh really? He doesn't understand
It's
it
kind
yet.
of like, who's shouting on me? What's going on? I'm like, shush, it's just a telephone. Don't worry. Tribe Talking, so it's an Exeter Chiefs fan podcast, has put in a question: are you living the dream? I imagine because you're playing at Exeter.
Absolutely living the dream. I said it. I've been laughing a bit for this, but because I said it on an interview the other day that I was like, I'm living the dream, really. But no, we laugh about it. But I to be honest, I am living the dream. Like it's, you know, pretty cool to be able to play rugby full time and do that I do that for a job, and you know, train day in day out, and you know, it's better than going to any other office job, or you know, I couldn't be thinking of anything else I'd rather do. So I am living the dream.
Good, I love that. And Patrick McAdam has asked, how did you find adjusting to England compared to New Zealand? Because obviously it's a massive travel haul as well.
Yeah, no, obviously it's been a big change, and I had never lived out of New Zealand or even Christchurch. I had lived there for 25 years, so I think obviously it was a big adjustment, but the girls made it really, and the whole club made it really easy coming over here. You know, like they've made it feel like home here, and looked after me really well, and you know, made me feel very welcome. And yeah, I think obviously there is parts of New Zealand and England that's similar, but obviously England is very different to home. And I think the main adjustment was just the learning, like I said earlier, learning the different style of rugby here. But no, like it hasn't been too hard really, to be honest. Like I've loved it, and like I said, everyone made me feel very welcome. So I think it was quite easy transition, to be honest.
Good. That's always what we want to hear, because I mean, what is it, like a 19 to 24-hour flight or something like that? It's
yeah. I think caught 3 flights over here. When you go to usually Aussie, then either Dubai, Singapore, and then here. Well, yeah, it's like at least 24 hours of flying, so it takes it out of you, but you know, it's fine. It was fine once it's done, isn't it? The jet lag did get me really good though, coming over here this time.
I was going to say, because it's like a day travel, but then you go back 12 hours as well.
Yeah, that's it. Like it's strange, and then obviously because we're about, I think, 13 hours behind back home at the moment, so it's like a full adjustment, full body clock switch.
How do you deal with jet lag?
I think I try to just, if you arrive here in the morning, you just got to stay awake, keep yourself busy that whole day until the night, and then absolutely conk out. But you just don't let yourself sleep, obviously, when it's like daylight, and then vice versa. The hardest thing I find is if you wake up in the night and you're just wide awake, there's nothing you can do. But yeah, you just gotta try, honestly, in the day keep busy, and then night sleep is do anything you can to sleep. Just don't stay awake, otherwise you ruin it. You know, you can't get out of that cycle.
Nice and simple.
Yeah.
Our co-host Anja has asked, is it hard being a legend?
Oh, I would not call myself a legend at all. So no. I wouldn't call myself a legend, so no, it's not hard being a legend. If I was a legend, very difficult.
It's a very difficult question then. We'd say you're a legend just because you're on the show.
Oh,
so
stop.
Instant legend status if you join us.
Oh, I'll take that. Like going around calling myself a legend for being on this show now then. Thank you.
There you go. Yes. Absolutely. And Jemma, so she does the show with Anja. Do we get to see more of, she's referred to it as the dancey dance?
The dancey dance.
Yeah, are we going to get to see more of your dancey dance? I'm guessing you're a big dancer, or when you sell. I'm guessing it's more to the celebration again. I don't know.
Oh, I think this is referring to we got a mall try, and this video went round of me. I was like, I don't know what was of the celebration, but I was bouncing around on my tiptoes, like running a circle, then slapped one of the girls on the ass, and I don't know what I was doing. And this video got put on. I don't know what page it was actually, but I think it got quite a lot of views, and people were just laughing at me because the way I was celebrating. that wasn't the fist pump. That was a new one, the dancey dance, if you want to call it.
That's what the message I got from Jemma this morning was. Can we see more of the dancey dance? I was like,
oh god.
Okay.
See, the thing is, I don't think about doing these celebrations just when the tries happen, and then I get so hyped, and I don't even really know where these celebrations come from. But you know, if the forwards keep, I think I was in that mall too. I think that's why I was so hyped up. So maybe if I get to hit some more malls and we score from it, you might see that celebration again.
There you go. We're going to move. Oh no, actually, I've got one more question before we move into something a little bit different. What actually drew you to Exeter in the first place?
So I was coming over here. I wanted to get involved with this competition. And then I was between a couple of clubs. I went and looked at about 3. And I think what drew me here when I came here, I think obviously because I wanted to come to a successful team, and then obviously them coming second and Exeter coming second last year, I was like, oh, they're obviously a very good team, like a lot of potential, and I want to be a part of a team that can go on to win the Prem. And then I think also the amount of internationals in this team and from around the world, I was like, I think that's cool, because obviously being a foreigner myself, I wanted to be around other people that were not from here, you know. And then I think just the setup here with the whole club, they look after you really well. And when I came here, I think the vibe and the culture here just like felt right about when I came to visit Chiefs. And I think the first day I came here, I was pretty sold, to be honest. Like, it was just something about it that felt right.
You do hear that quite a lot. That it's very like arms open, welcome. Even if you don't sign, it's like as soon as you go in just for a training session, they're all, yeah, and you come, you're one of us now.
No, exactly. And then I think also with Exeter, obviously it being sort of near the beach, and then they've got like Exmoor and Dartmoor around here. It reminds me of sort of New Zealand a lot, so which was nice, because I think obviously a lot of parts of England aren't really, you wouldn't really say beachy places. So I think that was a big draw card as well. Like, and there's a lot to do around Exeter, and yeah, so I think that really drew me here as well.
Oh, I love that. What was the other, just out of curiosity, what was the other teams that you were looking at?
So I went and looked at Gloucester. I was pretty close. I was mainly between Gloucester and here, to be honest, and had a couple of little chats with Wasps, but in the end decided on Exeter, obviously, because I'm here now.
You made the right choice. Definitely made the right choice.
Yeah, no, I think so. I'm happy I came here.
Exactly. We're going to go into a different part of the show now. We're going to get to know Liv as a person. So there's not much rugby related here, but yeah.
Okay.
So cats or dogs?
Ooh, cats.
You've made history. You're our first guest that's ever picked
No
cats.
way. Well, I'm just saying that because I grew up with cats. I know some of the people and some of my mates here are going to be like, why would you say that? But I'm just keeping it different.
I was always debating whether to keep that question in or not, because everyone picks dogs. And
oh, look, well, I've changed it up. You've got to keep that question in now.
I've got to keep it in now. That's fine. So yeah, you've made history in the show.
You did look very shocked just then.
Because even though I said it, I was like, she's going to say dogs, and we're just going to go.
I do love dogs. Don't get me wrong. I do absolutely love dogs. Like, I like both. I would say cat and dog person, but I'm going to go with cat.
More cats. That's fine. If you could be any animal in the animal kingdom, what would you be?
Ooh. Or can I be a lion?
Solid choice.
Yeah.
Top of the food chain.
Yeah, well, that's it. No one can beat the lion.
Well, yeah, pretty much, yeah. King or Queen of the Jungle, for that matter.
Yes, that's
Even though
it.
they don't live in jungles. I've never understood that phrase.
No, neither really. In the wild, in the
Yeah, like you go to
jungle.
like the zoo and it's like the lion, King of the Jungle. I'm like, they live in a, they
They're
don't
not
live in
really
the
in a
jungle.
jungle, are they? No. Yeah, I don't really get that phrase either.
Okay, I mean they're marketing off it, so it's all good.
Oh,
What is your favourite film?
I would say The Parent Trap.
What's that one?
It's
What's
the
the
one
film?
with Lindsay Lohan, and she plays two little girls,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
one of them lives in America, and then one's in the UK. I love that movie. Watched it the other day actually.
Oh, nice. So if an actress was to play you on on the story of your life, who would play Liv?
Oh, that's a hard one. I'm gonna this my favorite actress is Cameron Diaz, so I'm gonna go with her.
That's yeah, good choice. I like that. Go for your favourites.
She's in a lot of films I like, so I think if she played me, I would be pretty happy.
There you go. Um, what is your favourite song or like style of music?
Um, I'm pretty mainstream, but I do like a bit of sort of like house drum and bass music that sort of gets you up. Like that's what I would listen to before a game. So I'd say that sort of music. Yeah, anything upbeat really. Yeah.
That explains the dancing and all that then.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Probably where I get it from.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now I know that Anja and Jemma love asking these questions, so I'm just going to chuck it in. What is your kit bag essentials on game day?
Ooh. I always bring my earpods with me. I like to listen to my music. What else have I got in there? Always bring a few treats to the game, like some lollies or sweets. Oh, what do you guys call them here? Sweets. I always get laughed at when I call them lollies.
Yeah, I forgot you call them lollies.
Yeah, I
A
always get laughed at
lolly
when I call
is
them that.
a lolly is hard candy like on a stick, and you lick it. That's a
Yeah,
lolly.
right. Yeah, that does make sense. But yeah, we just call them lollies back home, not sweets. Like sweets, I would say is like anything. It could be anything sweet.
Yeah, but anything over here is a sweet, apart from a lolly that's on a stick.
Yeah, I know. I do get that, but I still call them lollies.
That's it. I know that. I know that's a big thing in the southern
Yeah.
hemisphere.
What else did I have in there? My caffeine gum that helps me.
Oh, I've heard about this.
Yeah, no, I've been using it for a while now. It's quite good, I reckon. Because I don't really drink much caffeine, so I don't really drink coffee much. So got to have something to get me up. The old caffeine gum usually does me quite good, so that's an essential. What else would I have? I think obviously other than the usual stuff everyone has, I think that would be all my main things that I bring.
That's fair. You got any like pre-match rituals or anything?
No, not really to be honest. I wouldn't say I'm a big rituals person. Just always on game day, like in the morning, I'll like put my speaker on and just listen to hype music really. In my warm up I've got like sort of rituals I do, like a routine with my kicking and all that sort of thing. But I'm not really a superstitious person, I would say. So I don't have too many things, like too much routine I stick to.
That's fine. No, because sometimes you hear about like top level athletes that have like it has to be that pair of underwear, that sort of like smelling salt. That song has to be
Yeah.
played 3 times before. I'm like, that's
Yeah,
mental.
it's crazy. Some people are honestly so superstitious. Or even like you look at like Rafael Nadal, like all the stuff he does. Like I'm like, that's crazy to me. But
Oh,
it works for some people though, doesn't it? Like obviously if
but
that works for them.
I couldn't get in my own head that like if it's like that song has to be played so many times and you've only played it twice and then you have a meltdown. Like it's a song. Just chill out.
I know, like that's not going to be the difference of winning and losing, well, to me. But obviously that's so in their head that they think then they're like, right, if I don't play this song, then I'm going to lose. You know.
Like, yes. And it's all because of like they've done it once and they happened to win that. And then they've just
I
stuck
know.
with it.
Yeah, it's insane.
Not telling me they're undefeated all their career.
Yeah. Sometimes I do have little superstitions like even with my tea, like sometimes I don't want other people to touch it because I'm like, you're gonna get your bad juju on it. But then like some people can touch it. It depends on like some of the girls will say like, get away from my tea, don't touch it, you're gonna give me bad luck. Or even one of the girls we went kicking with my tea and I was like, oh, because I gave her kicking practice. And I was like, if I kick bad next week, that's because you got bad luck on my tea. So some things like that I get in my head a bit about. Like it is a bit of a joke, but then I'm also like, if I kick bad this week, like really bad, it's gonna be your fault.
To be fair, I used to do that. I always liked doing the kicking part of rugby. Even regardless of what position it was, I would always just go and kick the ball. And one of my mates, and if he's listening, he knows how I'm on about. He cannot kick worth his life. He can't do it.
Oh, really?
His technique is horrific. It's just toes. There's no technique to it. There's nothing graceful about his kicking attempt.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, let me use your tee." I was like, "No,
don't want bad juju on it."
I'll buy him. I bought him like a cheap, like the standard. I got him one of them. That was purely for anyone that wanted to come kicking with me. I was like, "That's yours. This is mine."
That's so funny. You really went to lengths to not let anyone use your tea then.
I wouldn't let anyone use my tea now.
Oh, funny. Yeah. So see, I don't think I usually would, but I made an exception.
I think it's because when I was younger, one of them kicked it that wrong. It broke the tee. And I think I was just a bit more annoyed about that. So I was just like, no, you're not using my tees.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, especially if it's a tee that you're like, this is my like best tee or my like good luck tee, you don't want it to break and have to get a new one.
It wasn't the best one. I think it just annoyed me because I'm like, it was like the one where there's like the studs on it.
Yeah.
They managed to kick one of them completely clean off. I'm like, how have you kicked it that bad that you've broke the tee?
Yeah, because obviously all tee, no ball.
Yeah,
I'm guessing the ball didn't go anywhere near over them.
I can't, probably not. No, I'm trying to have a vivid memory of it, but no, like
he probably broke his toe if he's hitting the tee. That would hurt.
Oh, I don't know. I'd rather break their toe than my tee.
Yeah,
that's their problem, not mine. So
exactly.
So it's not weird that you don't like people, or you're a bit superstitious about the kicking tee, because I completely agree with that. So
okay, good to hear we're on the same page.
Yeah. What is your recommended Netflix binge right now? Like, what are you currently watching?
Oh, right now I'm actually rewatching it because it was that good. Queen of the South. It's a real good series. Have you heard of it?
I've heard of it. It's in my list. I've not watched it yet.
Oh, so I'd highly recommend. It's very good. It's sort of about this woman that she's in Mexico and starts off like sort of at the bottom of, she gets involved in a sort of drug cartel and right at the bottom, like has a terrible life, and then anyway, not to ruin it, she builds her way up and becomes the queen of the cartel, and just sort of shows her whole like life through that. And yeah, it's such a good series. Nice. It's an absolute boss. I'd recommend.
I mean, I think the one I keep going to for recommendation, just because I keep watching it, is Sons of Anarchy.
I've not seen that.
You've never seen Sons of Anarchy? There you go. I'll watch Queen of the South and you watch Sons of Anarchy. Okay. It's on. Yes. I think it's on Disney Plus now. I think it moved, but.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to give that a watch. Also, the new Love Island's just come out, so I've started watching that again.
No.
You're not a fan?
Not a fan.
It's one of those ones that you sort of, what's the word? Like guilty pleasure. Like you're like, oh, this is shit. Why am I watching it? But you just keep coming back to it. So it's so addicting. The drama is so good.
To be fair, funny you say that. I remember going. Me and my partner had like a weekend break away, and we went back to the hotel, and it came up, Married at First Sight Australia.
Oh, that's a good one.
And I was like, there's nothing else on. I was like, I'll just chuck it on because we're only in the room for so long before we go back out again.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, so they got married, and then like they take you away and like, what's your opinion on who you've just married? And the guy instantly goes like, oh, I wouldn't pick her. I'm like, oh, and I'm hooked. I'm hooked. I want to know.
Yeah,
I want
that's
to hear
the thing.
about this.
They that Married at First Sight, they know how to hook you with the drama they put on that show. Like that's another guilty pleasure. Like it's terrible TV, and you know, like a lot of it's made up or like sort of put on by the directors or whatever. But it's so addicting. Like the drama of it is so good.
There was one, and it was just a flat lie. I couldn't tell if this was true or just really bad acting. And she had to go back to Perth for like a family issue.
Yeah.
And there was a guy in the house, and she kept telling like the counsellors and the husband, "Oh, it was my brother." she did the dirty there.
Oh, I know. They're naughty on that show.
And I'm just
no like, good.
This so stupid, but I want more.
Yeah, that's the thing. It keeps you coming back. I think it's a show you watch as well when you've got too much time on your hands. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. When you've got nothing else to do, you just binge it.
This may be a weird one. If I'm having a bad day, I will just go on YouTube and watch Gordon Ramsay just berate people.
Oh, really?
I'm like, well, I feel better about myself now. I'm not.
That's it. It does. It makes you feel better about yourself 100%. That's what I say. Like the drama on those shows, I'm like, oh, well, it makes me think my life's like pretty good compared to that.
Yeah, I'm not close to like a chef at all. But some of the mistakes you do on Hell's Kitchen, I'm like, mate, that's not cooked.
Yeah, no, literally. Yeah,
you're trying to be a Michelin star chef, and I can cook better than that.
Yeah, you've got raw chicken on your plate.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh, well, what's the problem with it? It's raw chicken. Like, it will kill you.
Yeah. Oh, so funny. Yeah, Gordon Ramsay. He's a good one. He's a good one for old yelling. I might have to get him up on YouTube. I've not watched him for a while.
There's ones that are like 20 minutes, 30 minutes just of him just going in on people.
Oh, no way.
And you just sit there with a big smile on your face, just like, oh, thanks. I feel better now.
Yeah. Gosh, watching a compilation of him for half an hour, that would make you feel...
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know if that would make you feel better or worse, to be honest.
I don't know. Some of them, like, the way he starts sometimes on people, I'm like, was that needed? Was that called for?
Yeah. Is that necessary? No. But are you still going to watch it? Yes.
Yeah, pretty much. 100%. What is your go-to social drink? So you and the girls go out after a big win. What are you drinking?
Ooh. If I had to go if we were having cocktails, my favorite cocktail would be espresso martini. If I was just like casually drinking, I'd go cider.
You've picked a good
anything. I'd say anything but tequila. I cannot stand tequila.
Why? What did tequila do to you, or do you just not generally?
I think just bad experience on tequila. Like I think that taste of it, and you have it, and that one time, like it makes you vomit or just feel so sick, and you're like, or you're so hungover that you can never have it again. Like it's fully put. Like I think I had one bad experience with it, and it just put me off for life. Like if I smell it now, I'm like, ugh, like instantly makes me gag.
You're not gonna like me because I don't get hungover.
What? Really?
Never. Me, my parents.
Wow.
My cousins.
That's lucky. You're obviously built different. I think that's dangerous though, because then it will never stop you. You'd never like be put off drinking. That's good.
Yeah, just I don't drink often. I don't have a drink like every weekend or that. But like if I go to the rugby, I try and have, because you have to.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you got good genetics then to not get hungover. Very jealous of that.
It's funny because my partner gets really bad hangovers.
Really?
And we've got a 2-year-old, so it's like, shh, no, not today. I'm like, yes, today.
Yeah.
Come on, keep going.
Yeah, at least you're the one with no hangovers. Then you'll be on child duties the next day after a night out.
Don't tell her that.
You've got no excuse if you don't get hungover. You can't start faking a hangover this late in life now.
No, I wouldn't. I can't fake it anyway because I wouldn't know what to. I don't know what to act.
You've never ever had a hangover like felt slightly dusty the next day.
No, I've woke up still drunk.
Yeah.
I've done that, and I've played a a game of rugby like that. That's not fun. Don't do that.
I had played a sevens tournament once hungover, and like I don't really like I struggle with sevens at the best of times, and playing it hungover, like, I think I was at uni, and it was after like the last day, and oh my god, I was like, I will never do this again. Like every time I got tackled, I was like, ugh, felt like I was gonna vomit. Like it was awful. I think at half time we were like lying down on the field, like waiting for the kick off.
I remember at college we all went out for like a big night out, and like, I was still drunk the next day.
Yeah.
And the tutor obviously knew that we went out, but he acted as if we did. He was like, right. He's like, right. So what do you want to do today? I'm like, no, come on. Being in the classroom is boring. We want to actually, because we were doing sports, so we're like, right, can we actually like, play some sport? And he's like, yeah, cool. He's like, we're going to do basketball. Full court, quarters basketball. So okay. And by the first quarter, we're all lying, just like, I'm going to be sick.
Oh no, honestly, there's nothing
worse. Back in, and he used to be like an old school tutor, so it would be like he'd slap the wall for your attention.
Yeah.
And he would slap the wall, and we're like, yeah, cool, let's go. Ready to go again. He's like, no, we're not doing any more. We're like, why? And they're like, oh, because such and such. And then, and other people from your class, I've just caught them throwing up. So,
oh no.
Word of warning for you is do not turn up to my class drunk. I'm like, noted.
Yeah. No, honestly, not well.
So he knew as soon as we walked in that we were all on a night out, and went, right, you're playing basketball, which is like you're not standing, there's no standing still.
Yeah.
So
he was punishing you.
Yeah.
I bet they would have taught you guys your lesson then. Or maybe not. If you don't get hungover, it probably didn't even bother you.
It didn't bother me because I was still drunk, but when I started moving, it kind of started coming down. But I did feel quite sick, but I felt fine after. I felt fine after. So
yeah. Funny.
The worst one was probably going on a night out and then coaching the next day.
Oh yeah, I think I've done that. Nothing worse. There's nothing worse, especially if you're with. Like I love coaching younger kids and that, but if you're with little kids that are hard to control and yelling and you know, it's not the one. Being hungover with little kids, not what you want to be doing.
My mate was really rough next to me, and he was coaching his session, and I was like, right, are you ready? And they're like, yeah, and he's like, shh.
Yeah. They're like, where's your energy? They're like, don't talk to me now.
Just, like milk it, and he's like, I'm too tired for this. I'm like,
so you just get the sunglasses on, put a cap on, no one can see your face.
Pretty much. Well, we'd put them outside so it was windy, so it would.
Oh right.
Nice cold wind didn't work.
Yeah. Nothing but a bit of sunglasses, bottle of Powerade, Gatorade wouldn't fix.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, apparently Iron Brew's a big thing up here for it. You could use Iron Brew as a hangover cure.
What's that, sorry?
You could use Iron Brew, the Scottish drink, to...
Oh, okay.
Apparently, I don't know. I've heard people recommend it. Or a big, fat, fry-up breakfast.
Yeah, they always help. Some hash browns.
Can't beat it.
Bacon. Yeah. That's the best hangover cure, I reckon.
I mean, you're feeding right into the next question. What's your favourite style of food? Or food cuisine?
Oh, I absolutely love food, and I love cooking as well. I love Thai food.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say like Thai is my favourite cuisine. But you can't go like I love like a good burger. You can't go wrong with that. Or steak. I love a good steak.
Yes.
I like Mexican food as well. Honestly, I'm not fussy. I could go through a whole list of things that are my favourite.
Not a problem. So what if you're cooking? You said you like cooking. So what's your go-to meal to cook?
Ooh, I cook a good pork belly, I reckon.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, bit of crackling on the top. When you get it right, it's like when it's good, it's good. I pride myself on cooking a good pork belly, actually. Yeah, I reckon that's my go-to if I was trying to impress.
Fair enough. And what maybe just a comfort food to cook? What's your go-to comfort food?
Oh. Go-to comfort food. Oh, anything anything deep fried, I reckon.
You'd love it up in Scotland. We deep fry everything.
Really? I need to come. It sounds like I need to come.
You
Scotland.
do.
I've never been.
I'll be your tour guide. Yeah.
Oh, I'd love that. No, I'll definitely take you up on that. What part of Scotland are you from?
I'm just outside Edinburgh. That's the best way. I'm in
Oh,
Fife.
okay.
So I live right between Edinburgh and St Andrews.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we've got a few Scottish girls in the team, so we'll have to organise a trip, definitely.
There you go. See, so when I said this to, I think it was Kate Zachary, if they're ever up, just hit me up. So
yeah, no, for sure. Thank you. Yeah, I was gonna come when the All Blacks played against Scotland in that Test match at the end of last year, but
yeah,
I think it didn't. It clashed. We had a game, but yeah, I'd love to go to a game there at your guys' stadium.
it hits different. I've been there. I've lost count of how many times I've been to Murrayfield.
Yeah, really, it looks like an unreal place to go.
As soon as the bagpipes stop, the hairs on my neck always stand up. It's just.
Oh, really?
It's one of them. Like I know it's coming. Everyone that's been there enough times knows it's coming, and it still hits.
Yeah, that's so cool. Because I think over in Europe, like they just do it so much. The crowds and stuff get so into it, like with all the singing. So I went to the game at Principality, the All Blacks versus Wales in Cardiff, and like singing everything. It was unreal. Like you said, I had goosebumps, when they were all singing, and even in their national anthem and all that. Like it was so cool, just the atmosphere of the whole thing. Like obviously New Zealand loves rugby, but I think the crowds and stuff over here is completely different. Like how passionate they are. Like it's so cool.
I think I don't know because like obviously it's like every country you do get like the proper die-hard supporters, and then you get the fans that are just there for when it's good, when the team's doing well, and you could tell the difference because there was like you'll always hear questions like there's always someone behind you asking 40,000 stupid questions in a game, and I'm just like, just please shut up.
Yeah, literally. The old bandwagon. They jump on the old bandwagon. Those supporters. Yeah. I'm quite keen to go to the some of the Six Nations games because obviously I've never been over here for that, and there's a few there'll be some good games with that.
I mean, I think there's only one game left available for Scotland because there's two sold out.
Oh, really?
Scotland, Italy, there's still tickets. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I might look into that then.
I don't know about any other home nations.
Yeah, well, it's popular here, isn't it? Like I probably am a bit late on the tickets.
Yeah, so, some of the ticket prices are like eye opening. It's scary.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I've heard. Like even for the Wales and All Blacks one I went to, I think we were literally like six seats from the back, and it was still unreal view. Like it was amazing. Yeah. And it was expensive, worth the price though. But then I was looking at some tickets, and for the Six Nations, it was like double what we paid. Yeah. I'm like, oh my god.
I think it's because it's Six Nations. I think that's what they try. They try and get away with that because the autumn up here anyway. The autumn for the Fiji game and the Argentina game, we did it like under 16s go for £1.
Oh really?
If you go with a paying adult, it's £1.
Yeah, that's good.
And that's why we sell out our stadium all the time because we do stuff like that.
Yeah, gosh, I might have to try to fake my age so I can get in for £1.
I mean,
I don't think I could get away with looking under 16 though.
Students are cheaper.
Oh yeah.
They don't check.
They don't check. Oh, inside tip. I might have to say I'm a student then.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it for
years.
If
I don't get away with it, I'm blaming you.
That's fine. I'll take the hit. I'll get a message outside like, yeah, it didn't work.
Yeah.
No, you're welcome up to Scotland anytime because there's so much.
Thank you.
There's so much stuff to do. But if you like the city, obviously you've got Edinburgh.
Mm-hmm.
If you like the coastal route, there's a coastal route right down Fife. There's a big. I mean, we've got a North Coast 500. It's 500,
okay, yeah.
And it's all mountains and lake.
Yeah. Oh no, it sounds like such a nice place. I'll 100% be coming. One of the Scottish girls in our team, she's doing, I think it's called Burns Night I think, correct me if I'm wrong, on the 25th, and she's cooking up some like haggis and
Yes.
doing all the Scottish stuff. So I'm looking forward to that actually.
I don't mind haggis. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I like it, but just like a little slither of it. I don't want. I wouldn't have a lot of it.
Yeah, I don't know whether to hit it. You know, I've had black pudding. Is that also Scottish?
Yeah, you would have black pudding.
Yeah, I like that. And apparently, is it quite similar to that haggis? Or no?
It's got the same texture, I would say.
Right. Yeah, well, I'm quite a fan of black pudding, so I think I'm interested to try haggis.
Black pudding in Scotland is different to black pudding in England, though.
Oh, really?
We don't have big fatty chunks in ours. It's all meat.
Oh, really? I'll have to try it in Scotland.
There'll be English people coming after me for that in the comments, but yeah.
Yeah. I'll have to try both then. The English, I have tried the English version. I have to try the Scottish version and report back what I prefer.
There you go. Now this is usually a deal breaker, especially when we get guests on from Australia or New Zealand. What's your favourite pizza topping?
Oh, so that's a controversial answer with pineapple because I do like pineapple on pizza, but that's not my favourite topping. I'd go with that's a hard one. My favourite topping. Do you know what goes good? I love bacon on pizza. I reckon that goes good.
Yeah, solid guy. Does pineapple belong on pizza though?
In my opinion, it does. I love it on pizza. I think it's great. You're obviously not a fan. You don't think it belongs on pizza?
I don't think it belongs on pizza. I mean,
it's so good.
I'm going to hit you with a different one because again, this is another thing that keeps coming up when we get Aussies and Kiwis on. Do you put pineapple on your burger?
I would do that with, I think it's nice. It's like crispy chicken. Oh, it's so good. It's like refreshing.
What is
it's a game changer. It makes it so nice.
No, maybe I don't know.
Like a Hawaiian burger. Oh, have you tried it? You can't knock it till you've tried it.
I've not tried it just because it doesn't sit right with me. I don't know. It doesn't sound right.
No, it's nice. I understand why people don't like it because, like, you probably wouldn't think a fruit belongs in a burger, but oh no, it's so nice. Like, it makes it refreshing with a good piece of chicken, like lettuce. Oh, you can't beat it.
I'll give it a go one day.
Yeah, you have to.
I've had it. I've been recommended it so many times now, so I might as well.
It's so nice. You have to try it.
I'll let you know how it goes. Do you have any tattoos?
Yep, I've got one on the back of my elbow, and that says 1936 and 1942, and so that's both the years my grandparents were born.
Nice.
And then I got one terrible one on my ankle that I got when I was about, I'd say 17, that I regret. It's a little anchor. Don't ask me why I got it. I thought it looked cool at the time. So yeah, don't go get tattoos just for the sake of it because you regret it. That's
very true. Would you get any more tattoos?
Yep, I want to get some more, a couple more. I'm thinking about getting one on my arm that says the word June, just in small writing, because I'm born in June. My dad's born in June. I'm just because I moved over here in June, so it's like a significant sort of month. And my nana's middle name's June. I don't know. It feels like it's just like a word or month that comes up in my life. Like, yeah, I just thought it was cool, so might get that. Yeah, maybe if we win the Prem, I might get something to do with Chiefs. If we win the Prem this year, I might get something to do with Chiefs on there. You never know.
Yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool. I really like that.
Yeah, I quite like when people do that. Like, we talked about it with Canterbury because we won like I think it was 4 years in a row, and we all said we were going to get tattoos like with something to do with my Canterbury team back home, but we never really ended up doing that. But I'd still be keen to get something with that, just because they're so significant in your life. Like, I think those moments, like, it's a good memory to have.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. I mean, I've got tattoos as well, so like.
Oh yeah, nice.
Nothing like team related yet, because I don't know. I don't know how I'd feel about it. I'd like to do it as like if it was a big achievement.
Yeah.
Just get like a little thing, but we'll see. Never say never.
We'll see.
What is your dream holiday destination or vacation, whatever you call it?
I'd love to. I've been to Bali a few times. I absolutely love it there. Well, I went to Greece earlier in the year or last year in the like Europe summer. I absolutely loved it there. I'd love to go back. But somewhere I haven't been, I'd love to go to the Maldives. I reckon that'd be nice.
Nice.
Yeah, somewhere nice and hot and beachy.
And cocktails.
Yep, essential.
Obviously.
You know me too well. You know me too well already.
I do. We've broke down all the barriers today.
We have.
Who is the most famous phone contact you have?
Ooh. Famous phone contact. I'm probably gonna have to say Kendra Coxedge.
So
she's gonna get a big head now that she's the most famous person I have in my contacts, but I have to give it to her.
I mean, Kendra's most famous is pretty special. So
who was it?
Dan Carter.
Oh no way, really? That's a big one to have.
I mean, she said it. Like, yeah, she said it, and I just went prove it, and there, Dan Carter. I was like, she
released it. She didn't release his phone number for the whole world to see, did she?
No. She just like had the contacts list, and there was Dan Carter. So I was like, fair enough. Yeah, that works.
Fair play. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I feel like she would have a lot of big dogs in her contacts, actually.
Yeah, I feel like she just was hiding a lot of them, but yeah, I agree with that.
Keeping it on the down low.
Final question for you today, Liv. One thing you'd like to be remembered for?
Oh, one thing I'd like to be remembered for. Like rugby related?
Rugby related, life, just whatever.
It's a hard one. One thing I'd like to be remembered for. Probably just like I'd like to be remembered as sort of a passionate person that sort of everything that I do, you know, whether it be team or anything I do in life, that, you know, I go hard and bring passion towards anything I do, to be honest. I think that's what I'd like to be remembered for.
I love that. No, I can see you're that kind of person. Just based off your dance moves alone when they score.
Yeah, that's it. The try celebrations, that's bringing the passion. So I think I'm probably already remembered a bit, well, known a bit for that. So hopefully I can be remembered for that, whether it be embarrassing or not. But
you can laugh at yourself, and that's always a good thing in my eyes.
I get a lot of stick, so I've got to be able to laugh at myself.
I mean, if you take yourself too seriously, it's just not fun for anyone.
No, exactly. Boring.
But the book's now closed, Liv. You've absolutely smashed it, and
thank you.
I can't thank you enough for agreeing to come on.
No, thank you so much for having me on. It's been great.
You're very welcome, and you're welcome back anytime at all.
Thank you. Yeah, no, definitely. We'll keep in touch.
Yeah, 100%. Friends for life now. I say this to all our guests, but I really do mean it. And it is up to the guests if they take that offer or not, but you are stuck with me, so.
No, honestly, thank you so much for having me on. It's been a pleasure.
I will need to try and get down to Sandy Park and see you all, because I've now got like a little quartet of yous now, so.
Yeah, because you've had Kate, me, Laurie, and
Linda,
yes, obviously. Yeah, no, you definitely have to get down. Let us know if you're coming down here. Also, I like that you've got a Crusaders jersey and All Blacks jersey in the background. I noticed that.
I picked a Blues jersey as well because I knew you played for Matatau, but I didn't know where they were based.
Matatau, so it's same as Crusaders region, or Crusaders and Highlanders region. So basically just South Island.
No, it was Highlanders.
Yeah, Crusaders Highlanders region.
No, just ignore that. That doesn't exist then.
That's why I didn't bring up the Blues jersey. I didn't notice it. It's the right colour for Matatau. We are blue.
Yeah, we'll count that. You can't really see it's a Blues jersey there.
Right, I can't see the Blues logo. I just see the blue colour.
I do need a Matatu jersey. I don't know where you get them. I don't even know if you get them for guys, but
yeah, I think they would. I don't know. I can look into it for you.
Just because they're so nice. I love all the patterns.
They're nice colour. They're really nice.
And it's a bit of my heritage as well. I found that out at school that I've got Maori descent. So yeah.
Oh no way! Really?
See, we're all
half New Zealand then. We're all connected.
I don't even think it's half. I don't even think it's like not even 10% is how
really?
far back it goes. But there's a smidge. So
probably got more Maori than me then. I actually don't know I need to find out my heritage. I wonder if I do have any Irish, Scottish in me. I actually need to find that out. It'd be quite interesting.
I think you do. Just based off your surname alone, you're bound to something.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Exactly. I'm bound to.
It might be the same time, when my family came across to New Zealand and met.
Actually, I mean, we could be related. You never know.
We're all related. If you believe certain things, then we're all technically related some way or another.
Yeah, that's the one.
Like fourth cousin twice removed. I don't know what that means, but I know that's a thing. So
no.
but yeah,
we'll roll with it.
I can't thank you enough for agreeing to come on. Definitely keep in touch. I will.
Yeah, no worries.
I'll let you know when I'm in Exeter area.
Yeah.
And if you're in Scotland, just give me a shout
I'll
as well.
put you a message. Yeah, no, definitely. Oh, no, that sounds good.
Yeah,